In my blog post today, I talk about how you can use your wrist to improve the quality of your forehand loop. And one of the points that I make that it's just impossible to explain in text is that there's a fundamental difference between our backhand and our forehand technique. When we play a backhand, we are able to use this flexion and extension of our wrist to generate spin. Now, some people would then kind of think that you'd be able to do the same thing on the forehand, but that doesn't work on the forehand at all. And the reason is that the forehand and the backhand shots are completely different. So we need to then come up with a different kind of movement of our wrist, because this kind of like frisbee technique just doesn't work at all on the forehand. And that's something that I thought about, because when they do throw a frisbee in like ultimate frisbee and stuff like that, they do this on the backhand for their technique, and then their forehand technique is that. They throw it that way. So they don't throw it like that, they do this, and then their forehand technique for a frisbee is that. Because that is kind of the opposite of this technique. Whereas this thing is a completely different technique altogether. So what do we need? Well, instead of using this movement, the flexion and extension, we need to use this movement, or that movement, which is called ulnar and radial deviation. That's ulnar deviation, that's radial deviation, and that's the kind of movement we need to use in half forehand. And to find out more about that, you need to head over to the blog post where I go into full detail.